Most people journal just to feel better. But what if I told you that your journal is actually the most dangerous weapon against the version of yourself that is keeping you trapped? What if those morning pages aren't just therapy? They could be surgery. Well, today I'm going to show you how to use stream of consciousness writing to literally excavate the entrepreneur or whoever you need to be that's been buried under years of corporate conditioning, of societal conditioning, of family conditioning, maybe even of your own conditioning. But fair warning, this is not your grandmother's gratitude practice.
Your Success DNA podcast. Your success is in your DNA.
What is up? What is up? What the hell is up, fellow success seekers? Welcome to another episode of Your Success DNA, the podcast for my aspiring personal development folks. But we really kind of zero in our entrepreneurs and our 9-to-5 escapees because each episode delivers mindset shifts, habit upgrades, with all mixed in with a little dose of rebellion, helping you break free from the convention so that you can build not just a business, but an entire life aligned with your version of success. And if you know someone who dreams of ditching the grind, but still makes time for a little self-help, a little personal development spice in there, go ahead and forward this episode to them. Okay, so in today's episode, first, I'm going to reveal why most journaling advice is actually keeping you stuck in the employee mindset and how you can flip your practice from feel-good therapy into identity transformation surgery. You'll discover the specific writing technique that helped me uncover the entrepreneur that I had buried underneath the surface for decades of corporate conditioning. Second, we're going to dive deep into the stream of consciousness method that bypasses your inner critic and starts to access the raw, unfiltered voice that is your future self. And I'm going to walk you through the exact framework I used to journal my way out of limiting beliefs and into entrepreneurial clarity. And then third, I'm going to share the 3-phase journaling system that transforms scattered thoughts into actionable life and business results and insights, thus turning your morning pages into the most valuable strategic planning session you will probably ever have. All right, so I've been saying this a lot lately, but I'm going to say it again today. Here's a truth for you, and I think it might sting some of you just a little bit. You, my friend, you're not stuck because you don't know what to do. You know what to do. It's sitting in the back of your head. You know the next 2 or 3 steps. You at least know the next step that you should take. But you don't. You, my friend, are stuck because you do not know who you are. We've talked about this across a couple of episodes. That's just how damn important it is. Most people mistake information for transformation, but your journal, I think your journal holds the key to becoming who you need to be, who you want to be. I want you to go ahead and picture this. You're sitting at your kitchen table with your journal open. You got your pen in hand and you write, "I'm grateful for my job," because that's what you're supposed to write, isn't it? That's what we've all heard. We got to write all the things we're grateful for. But as the words leave the pen and hit the page, something inside you recoils, like you're pulling away from someone you really don't like. You pause. The pen even hovers over the paper, hesitating to write the next word. What you really want to write is, "I hate this. I hate pretending I care about quarterly reports when all I really want is to build something that matters. I hate that I have become so good at being someone I don't even recognize." Right? You feel me? Yeah, but that's not what you write. Instead, you flip over to a fresh page and you start to write about your goals. The first one you write maybe is, "I'm going to launch my business this year." That's probably the same goal you wrote last year, and for some of you, it's the same goal you wrote the year before that. Now I want you to imagine something different. Imagine putting down the gratitude list and putting away the goal-setting template. We've talked about this over the past couple of episodes as well, and if you haven't checked out the last 2 episodes, I dare you to go back and check them out now. Heck, pause. Hit pause right now, go back 2 episodes, and then listen forward and come back to this, because I want you to imagine writing exactly what you're thinking. Unfiltered, unfettered, unbiased. Maybe you write something like, "I'm terrified that I'm wasting my life. I have ideas, but I talk myself out of them. I see other people doing what I want to do, and I feel jealous, and I feel small." You feel that? You feel that tightness in your chest? My friends, that tightness is not negativity. That is truth trying to bubble its way to the surface. Go ahead, keep writing. "I don't know who I am anymore. I used to have dreams. I used to think I was meant for something better, something bigger, something bolder. But somewhere along the way, I stumbled, I fumbled, I bumbled, I fell, and I learned to be practical. I learned to be grateful for what I have instead of honest about what I want. Yeah? Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. Because buried in that raw honesty is the voice you have been silencing. Yeah, you've been muffling it. You've been telling it to shut the hell up. The voice that knows exactly what it is you want to build, exactly who it is you want to become. The voice that's been waiting for you to give it permission to speak. This, to me, is what real journaling looks like, feels like, sounds like. It's not pretty. It's not always positive, but it's always powerful because you cannot transform what you will not recognize. There it is right there. So let's go ahead and give you a way to start that transformation. Here's a 3-phase system that I use with clients to transform journaling from therapy into transformation. Phase 1 is the brain dump. You want to go ahead and grab yourself a timer. It could be on your phone. It could be a kitchen timer, an egg timer. If you have an hourglass with the sands of time, you can even use that. But here's what you're going to do. You want to set that timer for 5 minutes and write continuously during that 5 minutes without stopping. If you cannot lift that pen off the paper, that would be amazing. Difficult to do because you got to, separate the words.
Your Success DNA podcast. Your success is in your DNA.
But here's the thing. I don't want you to worry about grammar. I don't want you to worry about spelling. I don't want you to worry about making sense. Don't worry about making it neat. Don't worry about drawing pretty pictures. The goal of this exercise is to bypass that inner editor that you have inside you that you have given way too much power to and access your raw thoughts. Start with, right now I'm thinking, and then just let it flow. Okay? Now, once you've done that, we're going to go into phase 2. This is the identity integration. You got about 10 minutes of doing this. Here's what I want you to do in this part. You're going to ask yourself 3 questions. And again, you want to write in a stream of consciousness type of response. Whatever comes to your mind, write it down and just let it flow. Don't edit yourself. Don't worry about being neat, spelling, or making sense. Just whatever pops out. Here are the 3 questions. Who am I when no one's watching? We talked about this in a previous episode too. You might want to check that one out. What would I do if I knew I could not fail? There have been men far greater than I have asked this across the decades. Anthony Robbins, Jim Rohn, Brian Tracy, they all asked this same question. Go ahead and ask it of yourself. What voice am I silencing in order to just fit in? And this could be different for different scenarios, right? There may be a voice that you're silencing inside of yourself to fit in with your family. A different one that you're silencing to fit in at work amongst friends. Are they really friends? I don't know. Right? Just write whatever it is. Let it flow. Don't think about the answers. Just write whatever comes up. This, my friends, in the not thinking and just writing is where the magic happens. You're not trying to be positive. You're not trying to be woo-woo. You're not trying to be productive. You're just trying to be flippin' honest with yourself. It's your journal. No one else is going to look at it. So who cares? Write what you feel. Phase 3, this is the future self dialogue. We've talked about engaging with your future self before. We're going to do it again here because it's that important. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to write a conversation between current you and the person you're becoming, that you want to become. It could be an entrepreneur. It could be a single person. It could be a divorced person. Some of you are nodding right now. Or it could be a married person, whatever it is. I want you to let your future self give your current self much needed advice. What would that version of you say about the fears you have right now? How about your excuses? What would they say about your next move? What would they say about you not taking that next move that we already know that you know what it is? You feel me? Okay. The key again is to write fast enough that your logical mind will not, it can't wiggle its way in there. It can't interfere with what it is you're feeling, what it is you already know deep inside. You're going to want to access the wisdom that has been buried underneath all that conditioning, whether it's societal conditioning, family conditioning, corporate American conditioning. It's the conditioning that you keep polishing up to look pretty. Now, if this is starting to resonate with you a little bit, and if you're really tired of journaling your way around your dreams instead of journaling your way into them, then you need to get on my newsletter list. Every week in the Unleashing Your Success DNA newsletter, I share additional mindset shifts and habit upgrades and more doses of rebellion that help my aspiring entrepreneurs break from convention so they can build not just a business or a side hustle, but a life designed with their version of success. It's, again, not your typical self-help woo-woo fluff. This is the real work of transformation you need. Head on over to Your Success DNA and join the many other future founders who are completely done playing it small. Okay, so here's why I think this matters far beyond just the journaling, just the actual act of writing things down. We live in a world that profits from your confusion about who you are. It's true in so many ways, in so many systems. The corporate system, the education system, heck, even the very self-help personal development industry that I'm stepping myself into for decades, they all benefit when you stay disconnected from your authentic voice. When you don't know who the hell you are, they find you far easier to control. You're easier to sell to. And you are, my friends, lean in. You're way easier to keep in line. Think about that. Yeah? Are there powers out there that are trying to keep you in line, whatever in line means to you? But when you develop the practice of honest inner dialogue, self-dialogue, when you create yourself a space to hear your real thoughts, not the thoughts you think you should have, you become dangerous to the status quo. I want you to be dangerous, right? Your journal becomes its own act of rebellion. Every honest page is a vote for the person you need to become, you want to become, over the person you're conditioned to be. Yeah. And here's the thing. If you don't believe in this right now, however many minutes we are into this, go ahead and hit stop. You are in the wrong place. Right here is for my people that believe there are people out there guiding us, and we want to take back the control of our own lives. This is bigger than any business strategy out there. It's bigger than a life designing strategy. It's really an identity revolution. And it starts with a pen and 20 minutes of being brutally honest with yourself. I'm not asking you to share with me this brutal honesty. I don't need you to be honest with me. Your wife doesn't need you to be honest with her. She probably does, but you know what I'm saying. You're not trying to be really honest with your children, your parents, your boss, or your coworkers, or your peers. You're trying to be honest with you. So, all that wrapped up, here's your whiskered wisdom for this episode. Your journal is not a record of who you are. Your journal is a laboratory for who you are becoming. So stop writing to document your damn life and start writing to design it. Stop journaling to feel better about yourself and start journaling to become better than who you are now, to become the person you want to tomorrow. So here's your specific action for this week. Tomorrow morning, before you check your phone, before you pick up your first cup of coffee, before you start your day in any way, grab a notebook and do one 20-minute excavation session using the 3-phase system I just shared with you. Don't edit yourself. Don't pause. Don't let anybody else's voice step in. And don't try to make it pretty. Just get in there and root around. Dig inside of how you feel, because somewhere in those messy, honest pages is the person, the entrepreneur, the single person, the married person, the divorced person, or the entrepreneurial person that you have been looking for. And they've been waiting for you to remember how to listen to them. They've been raising their hand in the classroom of your life, and you just haven't called on them. It's time to call on them. Look, you already have everything you need to start right now. Don't have a notebook? Fine. Pick up your phone that you're probably listening to me on right now and use a notepad. The only question is whether you're brave enough to meet yourself on that page, unfiltered, uncensored, and ready for the transformation to start. Your future self is trying to reach you through your pen. Please stop screening their calls. And with that, I'm going to leave you as I always do. Think successfully. Take action.
Thanks for listening to Your Success DNA podcast. Whether you're starting out or you're a seasoned entrepreneur, we have the tools and inspiration that you need to take your life to the next level. So stay tuned for more game-changing advice in our upcoming episodes. And hey, before you go, a quick reminder to check out our past episodes of Your Success DNA for more inspiring stories and practical advice. And if you've loved what you heard, leave us a review and share this podcast with your friends and colleagues. Let's all level up our lives together, shall we? Remember, your success is in your DNA.